Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a crochet granny ripple top. So I made this in a size medium. For this tutorial you need a worsted weight yarn. I used two of these, a 3.5mm hook and a pair of scissors. And you also need a measuring tape to make measurements. So I already made the front panel, though I'll still be putting some finishing touches to it. So yeah, let's get started. So to start, you make a slip knot and chain 75 plus 1. So after you chain 76, chain 3 and make 3 double crochet clusters into the 5th chain from your hook. Skip 2 chains and make 3 double crochet clusters into the 3rd chain. Repeat that, skip 2 chains and make 3 double crochet clusters into the 3rd chain. Skip 2 chains, make. So we're going to be repeating this 4 times. Skip 2 chains and make 3 double crochet clusters into the 3rd chain. So after this part, we're going to be making an increase. So you chain 2 and make 3 double crochets into the next chain, 3 double crochet clusters. So this is going to be the increase. Now you repeat the same thing you've been doing. So you should have a group of 4 double crochet clusters before each increase and decrease. Skip 2 stitches, make 3 double crochet clusters into the 3rd chain. Skip 2 stitches, make 3 double crochet clusters. So I think now we have 4 of the double crochet clusters. So we're going to count 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make a double crochet cluster into the 6th chain. So this counts as the decrease. So you see the increase and the decrease. So now again you have to skip 2 stitches, make 3 double crochet clusters into the 3rd chain. Repeat this until you have 4 double crochet clusters. Now you chain 2 and make 3 double crochet clusters into the next chain. And repeat the double crochet clusters until you have 4 double crochet clusters, and then you make a decrease. Now we're making a decrease by skipping 5 chains and making a double crochet cluster into the 6th chain. Then you repeat that, skip 2 chains and make 3 double crochets into the next chain. So now we're making an increase. You chain 2 and make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. So now we're at the end. Make a double crochet at the last stitch. So now we've completed the first row after the chains. So now we're going to the next row. You chain 4. Make 3 double crochet clusters into the space between the double crochet clusters. Again, make 3 double crochets into the space between the double crochet clusters until you have a set of 4 double crochet clusters like we've been doing at the previous row. So the 4th double crochet cluster should be in the chain 2 space of the increase. Now you chain 2 and make 3 double crochet clusters into that same chain 2 space. So yeah, that's the increase. Then you continue along, making 3 double crochet clusters into the space between the double crochet clusters. Now we've made 4 double crochet clusters, so we're going to do the decrease. We'll skip that space and make 3 double crochet clusters. So we're skipping the space that has the chain 5 to make the decrease. So keep making 3 double crochet clusters in between the double crochet cluster spaces. You repeat the increase and decrease until you get to the end of the row. Now we're doing the decrease. You skip that space and make 3 double crochet clusters into the next space between the double crochet clusters in the previous row. As we get to the end of the row, we're going to make 1 double crochet into the chain 3 from the previous row to end this row. Yeah, right there at the top of the chain, you make a double crochet. So we're done with row 2. So what we're going to be doing now is to continue making the increase and decrease and increasing our rows until you get to your desired length. Crochet till you get to your desired length. If you're confused about anything, you can take the video back to know how to do the increase and decreases. Now we're done with the rows. I think I had about 14 rows. So now we're going to be filling up these gaps to make the back panel at the top of the back panel. So I'll be making granny triangles. I believe that's what it's called. To do the triangle, the granny triangle, you make a magic ring. This is how I do my magic ring. Chain 4 and make 3 double crochets into a magic ring. Then chain 2 and make another 3. Make 3 double crochets into the magic ring. Chain 1 and make another double crochet into the magic ring and pull the end of the yarn to close the ring. So now chain 3 make 3 double crochets into the space between the double crochet clusters and the other one. Now we're going to do an increase like we've been doing. Chain, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and then we're going to be making 3 double crochets and the space between the chains and the 3 double crochet clusters. That should be a chain 4. Then chain 1 and make a double crochet. Now we're going to be adding these 2 because I hate sewing, so I'm going to be adding it to the back panel as we go. So we're going to chain 4, and then put your hook through that space, yes, in the back panel. Make a slip stitch and make 3 double crochets into the space, just like you're completing the triangle. So make 3 double crochets in there, then go to the next space, pull your yarn through it and make a slip stitch. Make 3 double crochets into the next space. The next space on your granny triangle. Put your hook through, make a slip stitch, and now this is the increase. So you make 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space on your triangle. Then in the next space you pull your yarn through and make a slip stitch, and then make 2 slip stitches in the 2 chains. Make 3 double crochet again into the chain 2 space on your granny triangle. Then pull your yarn through the next space, slip stitch again, make 3 double crochets into the next space in your granny triangle, pull your yarn through the next space on your back panel, slip stitch, make 3 double crochets into the next space on your granny triangle, pull your yarn through the back panel, the last space right there, slip stitch, chain 3. Now you're going to chain 3 as that's the last chain, and then slip stitch on your granny triangle to join it to the back panel. So if you do not understand how I did it, you can always take the video back, play it slower. So we're going to repeat this in the next 2 spaces. So we're going to repeat this in the remaining 2 spaces of the back panel and the 2 sides of the front panel. We're going to leave the middle part of the front panel just so we can have a kind of V neckline. So this is me adding the remaining triangles to the back panel. Now I've added the 3 triangles, I'm going to try to smoothen out the the top of the back panel by making half double crochets and double crochets into each space. I chained 3 and made 3 double crochets into the first space, and then I did a half double crochet into each of the stitches, the spaces of the triangle. Then there's a space between the granny triangles. I made 3 double crochets in there as well. So now I've gotten to that space. I'm making 3 double crochets in there just to make them the same length with the granny triangles. So that's the space I'm talking about. You always make 3 double crochets into that space. Then you continue with half double crochet into each space. So you're doing 2 half double crochets into the double crochet spaces, and when you get to the magic ring, you make 1 double crochet into that space. Then you repeat that. Make 3 double crochets into the space between the triangles and continue with half double crochets. And when you get to the end, you're making 3 double crochets into the last space. Done with the back panel. So now I'm going to be making a roll of white and a roll of this blue yarn color. So here I'm adding the granny triangles into the front panel of my work. So I'm going to be doing 2 granny triangles on each side, and I'm leaving the middle. As I did for the back, I'm also going to be smoothing out the top of the front panel by doing double crochets and half double crochet. Now I'm going to be putting the front and the back panel together. So depending on how wide you want your neck, you're going to sew the 2 sides together. Remember to use your stitch marker to note where you want to end your stitching. Always make sure you count the number of stitches so that the front and the back corresponds, and also so that the 2 sides correspond. Use my needle and yarn to stitch both sides together. So after joining the shoulders together, I'm going to be joining the two sides together, and I measured out 8 inches from the shoulder, so that would be what is going to be left for the sleeves. Then I use a stitch marker to mark where 8 inches stop, and make sure you count both front and back panels to ensure that the same number of stitches you counted at the front is the same as the one at the back, just for accuracy. So I use a stitch marker to mark both sides. I stitched the two sides together. So after stitching both sides together, I proceeded to make the sleeve. So to start off the sleeve, we need to start from the base of the sleeve and make single crochet into each of the stitches. And for this top, I made a total of 50 single crochets. So you remember, for your ripple pattern, for this ripple pattern is a chain of 25 plus 1. So since I'm going in rounds, I just made 50 single crochets. So I had a total of 50 single crochets. done with the base of your the base of the sleeve. Now we'll continue going in rounds now. So you chain 3, make 2 double crochet into the same chain 3 space, chain 2, make 3 double crochet into the next single crochet. So we're starting with an increase. Skip 2 single crochets and make 3 double crochet into the next single crochet to make the double crochet clusters. Repeat that until you have 4 double crochet clusters after the chain 2. For the decrease, instead of skipping 5 stitches, I skipped 2 stitches and made a single crochet into the 3rd stitch, and then skip 2 stitches and make a double crochet cluster into the 3rd stitch, just so there won't be a huge gap in between the stitches. Then you repeat the same pattern until you have 4 double crochet clusters after the decrease. Then chain 2, make 3 double crochet into the next stitch, which will serve as your increase. Skip 2 stitches and make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip 2 stitches, make 3 double crochets into the next stitch until you have 4 double crochet clusters after the chain 2. Then you make a decrease. So for this sleeve, you should have 2 decreases and 2 increases. So now we've gotten to the end of the round. We're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning of the round. Chain 3, turn your work and make 2 double crochets into the same space where you have your chain 3. Make 3 double crochets into the next space, make 3 double crochets into the next space. Now we're at the decrease, so we skip where we have the single crochet and make 3 double crochets there. You can see that's the decrease. Make 3 double crochets into the next stitch, next space, make 3 double crochets into the next space, now we're at the increase, make 3 double crochets, chain 2 and another 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space to make your increase. Then you repeat that until you get to the end of the row. Now we're at the end of the row. You slip stitch into the third chain and then continue until you get to the length of your sleeve. Slip stitch into the third chain, turn your chain 1 and turn your work. Make a slip stitch into the last 3 double crochets from the previous row. Then chain 3 and make 2 double crochets into the next space. Continue along by making 3 double crochets into each space until you get to the increase or the decrease. So after this row, you always end at the decrease, where you have to slip stitch, chain 1, turn your work and make 3 slip stitches into the next 3 double crochets. Then you chain 3 and make 2 double crochets into the space next to the chain 3. Again, we are at the end of the row. Make a slip stitch into the third chain, chain 1, and turn your work. Then make 3 slip stitches into the next 3 double crochets. And continue as you have been doing in the previous round until you get to the length of your sleeve. So now we're done with the sleeve. Go ahead and make the second sleeve. Now we're done with the second sleeve, and we're going to be making single crochets around the neckline of the project. So you attach your yarn, chain 1 and make a single crochet into each stitch you have along the neckline. And when that is done, your crochet granny ripple top is completed. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment, share this video to your fellow crochet enthusiasts, and turn on the notification bell because I'll be posting more tutorials soon.